Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today I want to break down the trailer for the episode 7 of Dead City Season 2. We're down to the last two episodes. They gave us 8 this season versus the 6 of last season, and they kept these last two episodes under wraps for early reviewers, so we don't know anything about these last two episodes, what they contain. Could they contain cameos, or could they contain after credit scenes? We don't know. I'm hoping that's the direction they're going to go, because it would definitely add some depth to the story and some surprise and some shock, some shock factor. And so I'm really hoping that is part of the plan, at least, because the show has been definitely lacking in that area. And I mean, the second season has been just fine. I haven't really had too much negativity or anything towards the season. I've had some things that were very underwhelming and everything, and I have discussed those at length in other videos. So if you want, go check those out. But with this next episode, and we're supposed to get some cameos anyways. We know of for sure. We're supposed to have Hillary Burton come in to play the part of Lucille again. And so I'm really excited to see just what that entails and what they're doing with it. And just what that means for Negan's character, considering in this last episode his family finally arrived after me very much doubting it was ever going to happen, and then they showed up, and there's people saying that the actress that come in to play the part of Annie was actually the actress from the Walking Dead show, but we didn't get any full frontal shots. We only got side profiles, and her hair was in the way and all that. But there's people saying that was actually her. That seems to me like that would be a waste, and a waste of her time, especially to come in and just do kind of a stand-in role, unless they have plans to have her refuse Negan's orders and actually stay. And then the end thing is for him to pick up and leave with them, or them to stay with him, or just something that still involves their their inclusion into the story. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But with this one, with this next episode, it looks like it's going to be a little bit more Ginny focused. And Ginny has been kind of riding my nerves a little bit, with the no talking thing still kind of continuing, with her grudge against Negan. Whether it's warranted or not, we don't know for sure yet. They've not actually come out and said, yes, for sure, he killed her father. He just told her he did. And part of me thinks he did that to make her go back to the bricks. And so I'm wondering if that's actually true, and if they'll actually, confirm that or not, or just what the plan is with that part of the story, of just what they plan on doing. Because at this point, Ginny is dying, as you'll see in this first shot, and as we saw at the end of the last episode. She collapsed at the church steps after not treating that wound that she got from being attacked at the Walkers within Central Park, and with her just ignoring all the signs of the coming infection that was within that wound. And to this point, if she doesn't get medical attention, she's going to die. And we can see within this next episode, I think that's what they're going for. But we get this first shot. Negan has her at the Barazi or whatever, and she's being looked after. And Negan's going to go on the search for medicine. That's just who he is now. And so I know that's kind of what part of this episode is going to focus on. But moving on to the next one, we have a shot of that infection. Negan sees that it's bad. She's going to definitely die if he doesn't do something about this, and that's what I think they're going to do with this episode. Maybe explore their relationship a little bit more, and how he can possibly repair it, or this is going to be where he actually confesses to her about what's going on, if what he told her is actually true. But we got this shot of Negan too, where he's got, I don't even know what it is. I don't know if this is medicine or what this is, but he says, "Where'd you get this?" And someone says, "Bellevue Hospital." And we get that in the next frame. We actually get Bellevue Hospital. It's fenced in, or partially at least, and we have walkers roaming the area. Ambulances broke down, so you have to wonder, did this place get overrun early on? So no one's really had the chance to raid it or anything like that. So it still has a lot of the old medicines, antibiotics, because that's what he's going to be going after. And so, excuse me. So, we saw this in the season trailer too, where he goes into the hospital and it's overrun with child walkers, something we haven't really seen before, where he has to navigate them because they're dormant, because they've gone undisturbed for so long that they're just standing there in the hallways, and he's kind of trying to slowly maneuver through them without touching them or anything else, because it's going to rattle him up and get him going, and then he'll have to run from that. But we have him for sure going to this hospital trying to track down medicine to help Ginny, even though, in my opinion, she's been a giant pain in the ass and I'm kind of sick of her story. But, Negan cares about her and everything, so he's going to do what he needs to keep her alive. And then we got this shot too. Now, this shot, even though you can't really see it, this is Dama's area, and it looks like her dead body burnt to a crisp is still on the floor. But there's the rumors and people speculating that she's actually still alive. I am 98% sure that she's dead. I don't think they would waste the time with her character. She seems like kind of a throwaway character considering she spent the majority of her time within the series kind of in the background, kind of lurking. She's not really been the forefront of everything. And she's just been the one pulling the strings, basically. And so I don't see why they would fake her death because she's not been that great of a character, in my opinion. She's been kind of just annoying and just the little hag in the background. We found out more about her history and everything, how she's basically just this really unstable woman who doesn't like conflict because she'll just kind of go rabid and start biting people, apparently. Because we saw that at the end of the last episode where Croat got bit, or I guess 2 episodes ago now. And so I just don't think that they're going to bring her back because I think she's served her purpose to this point. We got Maggie and Croat. As we saw in the last episode, Croat was expelled from the Barazi, and Negan, for the second time in their relationship, had to exile him for whatever reason. Obviously, because in the last episode, Croat attacked him after realizing that Negan kind of led him on and was doing everything in his power to manipulate him. So he has sent Croat off, and clearly Maggie's going to run into him. And she's going to need his help to find Herschel because Herschel has disappeared off into the night. And just Herschel's storyline, I'm hoping they redeem him a little bit because at this point, I really don't like the character. I think he's a giant pain in the ass. And he's done nothing but bitch and moan about his mommy issues, where he really just needs to sit down with the woman and talk to her about them and not lash out like he has been and letting himself get manipulated by the Dama. And now he's going off searching for her, and he's about to be very disappointed unless, of course, somehow or another she faked her death. But we will see because I'm just not completely sold on that idea. Then we got this shot of one of Herschel's drawings, the two buildings with the sky bridge in the middle. We know from the trailers, we've seen this, Maggie gets caught up in the sky bridge, and we know that Croat is with her. And just it's getting overrun by walkers and everything. So I'm interested to see just how that comes about. Why are they going to this building? Is this like a route or something that he knows of to get across certain areas and everything? Because we got that shot within this frame where we see the two buildings and the little sky bridge that goes between them. And then we got Maggie and Croat. He's kind of I don't know, he's kind of nonchalantly like, patting her on the shoulder or whatever, good luck. Just there you go, there's your way to get across this. And she's kind of looking at this scene or whatever. She's looking at this setting kind of with I can't believe this is what I have to do. So we know that they're going to partner up, but to what extent, that remains to be seen, because we got them going into this building and we got Croat here walking up these stairs. But if you look at the next frame, I don't know if this is him. I'm assuming it's him stepping on what looks like a tripwire. So they have the place booby trapped. So he's been in this building before. And I think that's kind of his selling point too, where he tells her that I could get you where you need to go and you can trust me because I've been in here before. But then we throw back to the Barazi and we have Negan here with his new saviors almost, but Negan's never going to be that guy again. He's grown so much as a character, and I really like that about him, that he's learned from his past mistakes. He knows that he can't be this guy again, and he knows that he can't, act out like he did. So I'm really glad that he's grown so much as a character, and we see him just, be remorseful about the things he's done and not willing to make those same mistakes again. Then we got Negan. This is him in that hospital, and I think he's either chasing one or two people, but he comes across people in the hospital because we saw in the trailer where he's chasing them through the hallways of the hospital, and I wonder if at some point this is before or after the whole room full of child walkers, or just what they plan to do with that. I'm really excited about that part though, because we've never really seen that before. We've seen dormant walkers before, like I want to say it was season 10 maybe, or beginning of season 11, where it's Daryl and it's Carol and Maggie and all that group going into an old army base, and the army base is just full of dormant walkers. They're all laying on the ground, and then blood gets dripped on them, and they all just start freaking out, and they have to fight their way out. But this is the Skybridge scene. We see that it's coming tumbling down and everything, so she has to make her way across. And I know that Croat is like almost cheering her on to get across, to telling her that she can do it. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they kind of come up with a redeeming arc for Croat too, if he's capable of it. If Maggie can forgive him for the shit he's pulled. So we'll have to wait and see with that too. But I think it could be done to where maybe he saves Herschel or saves somebody else, or just we see a different side of him. But anyways, there is the frames that I grabbed from the trailer. I'm really excited about these last 2 episodes. I hope there is just so much more that we don't know about them yet, that they're going to include something to get us excited about Dead City Season 3 and the possibility of that, because I've said before that I think it's in pre-production now, but I don't think it's actually been 100% confirmed. I don't think that's been the deal that's been made so far, but Lauren Cohan herself has said she would like to see it go on to at least 5 seasons. I'm really hoping that all the rumors I've heard before, that excuse me, that they're going to take seasons 3 and 4, shoot them back to back, shoot season 4 of Daryl, and then that's going to be kind of the culmination of that, to where they bring those 2 shows together to lead into the reunion finale. That's what they need to do. They need to revive maybe the original Walking Dead show or something, where they bring Rick back into it, they bring Michonne back, they bring all of our original Alexandria survivors, and wrap this shit up, because it's dragging on too long and it's very stale as a series, and they need to figure out what they're doing and what they're trying to achieve, because you got the same people, and as much as I love the show, you got the same people that are very over it and they want to see it wrapped up, because you had people that actually left after season 7 and they got bored with it, or they got disgusted with it, or whatever, after Negan was introduced. And then you had people that come back to watch the ones live because of Rick. And Rick is the key. We know this at this point. Rick is the key to wrapping it up, to draw viewers back in, and to see it go out on a good note. But they're going to drag it on as much as they want. We know Scott Gimple's in it for the money. I mean, that's just clear as day at this point. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of the next episode. I will for sure do a review of the next episode when it comes out. I'm very excited to see what they do with these last 2 episodes, if they include more than Hillary Burton's cameo. Hopefully, I would love to see Dwight. I would think he would be a great addition, a great surprise for the show and everything, kind of to jump into that next season, kind of maybe closing out or creating something new to go along with this New York storyline, because they can't keep doing the whole song and dance with Croat and everything if he manages to survive, or if we see that Dama survives somehow. Just there's too much that could really fuck it up. So I'm really hoping they do something to make it more fresh and exciting again. But again, if you enjoyed, leave comments, leave likes, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.